Hello everybody, bear with me as I do this video. It's kind of loud out here and I don't have a microphone, but I really wanted to do it outside because it's a beautiful day. So today we're just going to do a hopefully 30-minute long yoga session, and I'm going to talk you through it. I'm going to do some poses that hopefully make your body feel really good. And so here we go. Okay, we're gonna start off in child's pose. So for child's pose, you can you can have your knees in close together or out wide. If you have them close together, it'll stretch more of your low back. And if you have your knees out wide, it'll get deeper into your hips. So I like to have my knees out wide, toes together, and then sinking back and letting your chest drop to the mat. And we're just going to take a few breaths here and set our intention, get our mind ready for the practice. So we're going to take nice long inhales and exhales. On the exhale, we're going to pull our belly button into our spine so that we engage the pelvic floor. And that'll actually help prevent low back pain. So go ahead and take a few more breaths. You should be breathing so deep that you can feel expansion in your low back, right by your kidneys when you inhale. We're going to pick a point of focus for our practice today. So think about a word, an intention, scripture, mantra. Maybe it's your happy place, maybe a vacation that you've taken. We're going to take that and think about that throughout our practice today to give us a sense of focus. A few more breaths. On your next inhale, we're going to come up to all fours, hands and knees. We're going to make sure that our wrists are below our shoulders and our knees are below our hips. Okay, so on our inhale, we're going to drop our spine and look up, opening our chest and our throat. Inhaling, exhaling, pushing back, rounding the spine. Think about lifting up on the tops of your feet to really get that arch in the spine. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, push back. And flow with your breath. Inhale, dropping our spine. Exhale, pushing back. A few more. Next inhale, come to neutral spine. We're going to extend our right leg back, flexing our foot. And then reach our left arm forward. Keep your neck pushed back. Don't let your head drop. Keep it strong and in line with your spine. Take a few breaths. Exhale, release. We're going to switch to the other side. So left leg back, foot flexed. Right arm forward. Strong core. Remember to engage the pelvic floor by bringing in your belly button on the exhale. And then exhale, release. And maybe swing your hips side to side. We're going to come into thread the needle. So place your right hand out to the right side of your mat or on the floor, whatever you're doing this on. Inhale your left arm out to a T. Lengthen through the spine, lengthen through your crown, so get longer. And then exhale, thread it through. And when you're threading it through, think about centering your hips so that you don't sway to one side, so that you can really get that stretch in your body. So I'll show you what that looks like. See, I'm not centered, more centered. Breathe here. Make sure your head and your neck space is relaxed. Make sure there's no tension creeping in. Exhale, release. Inhale, push up. Okay, so we're gonna do the other side. Left arm out, right arm to a T. Inhale. Exhale, threading through. Make sure your head is resting on your mat and that you've centered your hips. And breathe. To get a further stretch, you can take your left hand and push into the floor so that you're turning more. Just make sure that you're keeping tension out of your shoulders. Exhale, release. Inhale, push back up. Okay. Next, we're going to come into down dog. So we're going to push up and back. Make sure that your wrists aren't super bent. And if they are bent, just walk them forward a little bit. Pay attention to the space in between your index finger and thumb. Make sure that your thumb isn't spread out super far because that'll actually damage your ligaments. So root through your hands, through the index finger and thumb. Think about lengthening your spine up and back, pushing up and back. Your tailbone should be reaching towards the sky. And you might be here, and that's totally okay. Our goal is to get our feet flat, but that'll happen over time. Now is a good time to bring it back to your breath. So when you're inhaling, feeling your ribs expand, and then exhaling, drawing that belly button in to engage your core. Keep your chest kind of melting towards the floor. And be rooted strong in your feet and in your hands. Should feel balanced almost. You're not going to be up here. You're not going to be way back here. You're going to be having your balance somewhat in the middle, if that makes sense. Okay. Where am I going to go? All right. So we're actually going to bring our right foot forward. No fancy way to get there. And we're going to set up our feet for Warrior Two. Warrior Two is a very popular pose in yoga. It's called Virabhadrasana 2. So right leg's forward. We're going to drop our left and make sure that your heel is in line with the back arch of your foot, of your back foot. Okay, when you have that footing, come up. Inhale. Oh, and my head's cut off. All right. So we're gonna exhale into our pose and bring it back. Make sure that your hips are in their normal space. So they're not gonna be like this or like this. They're just gonna be neutral, okay? Bending forward. Energy is feeding from fingertip to fingertip, and we're looking over our front hand. Breathing deep. We're going to exhale, straighten our front leg. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, hinge at the hip. So we're going to like karate chop at the hip. Hand is going to come down, left arm up to the sky. And you might not be this far. You might be up here. That's okay. You might be able to get your hand all the way down to the ground. The sun is very bright. Take a few breaths here. If you can look up towards your fingers. But if your balance is unsteady, look towards the ground. And if you're on the ground, make sure that you're not collapsing into the floor. Make sure that you're still strong. Exhale, look down if you're looking up. Bend into that front knee. Inhale, up, back to warrior. Exhale, release. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So have your feet a good distance apart. They don't have to be super wide. They don't have to be super close. Just somewhere in the middle. Rotate your toes in just a little bit. So you're not going to have them out. Just going to have them forward and maybe turn in slightly. Hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, come forward. And you can have your hands come to the ground. Where you want space in our shoulders and our neck. So we're not going to be up here. Bring your shoulders away from your ears and breathe. On your inhale, you'll feel length in the back of your legs, and on the exhale, you'll feel release of your spine. Make sure our jaw is unclenched. We're going to inhale, drop our fingertips and come halfway up, lift. And then exhale back down. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale all the way up. Okay, we're going to do the other side of warrior. So left foot is forward and right foot is, your back foot is going to be turned in a little bit. It's not going to be pointed out. It's not going to be pointed directly to the side. It's going to be kind of like a 45-degree angle. Hips are in their normal space. They're neutral. And then we're going to bend into the front leg. So inhale. Exhale. Make sure that your front heel is lined up with your back arch. Energy feeding from fingertip to fingertip. And we're strongly rooted in this back leg. Looking forward always. Taking a few breaths, feeling our strength. Exhale, release up. We're going to come into triangle, which is Utthita Trikonasana. So inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, karate chopping at the hip and coming down. Opening up our rib cage to this day. If you can hear my dog drinking water, that's what that noise is. Breathing, making sure we aren't clenched up here. There's space in between our neck and our shoulders. Okay, exhale, looking down, bending into the front knee, inhaling up. And then exhale, release. And let's see. Brownie, can you move, please? You're in the way of my little video. Thanks. Love you. All right. We're gonna do sun salutations. Okay, yeah, that's better. All right. So come to the top of your mat. Your feet are gonna be hips distance apart. Soft bend in knees, not super locked, but not super bent. It's kind of right here. Okay. We're gonna root through our feet. So in yoga, there is a root lock called the Pada Bandha, and it's between this part of your foot. It's your big toe, and I would say probably your fourth toe. So right here. And then on the backs of your ankle, that's a foot lock. So when we say root the feet, we're thinking about really pushing down and feeling our weight on those 4 points underneath the first and fourth toe and the backs of our heels, the two sides of our heels. So that's rooting through our feet. So we're gonna root through our feet to make sure that we're doing that. We can actually lift up our toes. Okay, so we're gonna inhale, reach our hands to the sky. Exhale, folding from the hip, hinging at the hip, bringing our fingers to our mat. Maybe not to our mat, maybe we're up here, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna fold. Inhale, grab your fingers to your mat, halfway lift. Place your hands down, take a step back into a plank or on your knees. And then exhale, we're going to do chaturanga, which is a reverse push-up. So we're going to keep our elbows in close to our body and lower down. Untuck our feet, push up into up dog. So our weight is actually resting on the backs of our feet. We're opening up in the chest and the neck. And then exhale, push back into down dog. We're going to take a few breaths here. Maybe pedal the feet if you want. Exhale, look forward. You can hop or step. Inhale, hands to the ground, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, strong feet and legs all the way up. Exhale to prayer. Okay, so that was a sun salutation, and we'll actually do that about five times in a regular yoga class, but I'm not going to do that today since I don't have that much time. We're gonna get back to the ground doing that though. So inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding, hinging at our hips, hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale, hands drop, halfway lift. Go to plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So we're actually just gonna drop, come to all fours again, and then come to our seat. We're gonna do some neck and shoulder work. So come to comfortable seated position. If you can't get into this position, I would suggest folding some blankets, pillows, if you have any like yoga blocks to sit on. You can also do this in a chair. All right, we're going to look over our left shoulder. So inhale, exhale, looking to our left. Keeping our shoulders down away from our ears and making sure our jaw is unclenched. Take a few breaths. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest without rounding your spine. So instead of going like this, stay tall, and then just move your neck, just your neck. And breathe. Keep your shoulders back, don't let them come forward. Okay. Inhale to center. Exhale, look back. Opening up your throat chakra and your heart. Taking a few breaths. Inhale, center. Okay. Hi. All right. Inhale, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Make sure that you're keeping your shoulder down. Inhale, come up. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, so right ear to right shoulder. And if you're breathing when you do this, you'll feel how tight you are in these muscles. Don't let your shoulders creep up, keep them down. Inhale, center. Okay. We're gonna do left ear to left shoulder again, but this time we're also going to rotate our head down, looking down. You should feel a stretch in this part of your neck. And if you want to add it even more stretch, take your right arm out and reach with your hand. You'll feel it all the way down into your fingers. And make sure you're breathing. Exhale, release. Inhale, center. Right ear to right shoulder, looking down across the side. want, you can reach out to the side. Exhale, release, and inhale, center. Okay. We're going to do some twisting. So swap out your legs, whatever's front to back, top to bottom. Okay, we're gonna inhale our arms up. Exhale, left arm to right knee. Okay, stay here. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, so grow taller. Exhale, drop your right arm back. Use it as a second spine to help you stay tall. Crown reaching towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist. Keep your shoulders soft. On your inhales, feel lengthen in the spine, and exhales, maybe twisting deeper. Exhale, release. Inhale, center. Gonna do the other side, so inhale up. Exhale, right arm, left knee. Inhale, lengthen up again. Exhale, left arm behind you. Using it as a second spine so you can stay up nice and tall. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And twisting is actually really good for your digestive system. And doing these twists is like a natural massage for your intestines. So that's a pretty cool fact. Exhale, release. Inhale, center. We're going to come onto our backs. What time is it? Okay. Come onto our back. And we're going to do this position called figure 4. This is a really good stretch for the sciatic nerve and for low back pain. So the first thing I want you to do is check the alignment of your pelvis. So we're actually going to push our low back to the ground when we do this. Okay, that's going to help kind of engage core and actually prevent your low back from hurting during this stretch. It's going to make sure that we're stretching the right muscles. So instead of our back being up, we're going to bring it down. Take your left ankle and cross it above your right knee. And then inhale, lift up your right leg and reach through right here and grab onto the back of your right thigh, pulling your legs closer to you. Make sure that you aren't up here when you're doing this. Relax your shoulders, relax your head down and back. This is a restful position. You should feel really good in this position. You can pull back and then actually use your left elbow to pry open your hip if you want more of a stretch. Take a few breaths. exhale, release. And we're just gonna swap. So left foot to the mat, right ankle above left knee, our hip dropping open. Inhale, bring your left leg up and reach through and grab onto the backs of your thigh. Remember, we can push open our right hip by using our right elbow to pry that open. Jaws relaxed, maybe close your eyes, just feel the position. Inhale and exhale. And notice the difference. Your hips are different. This side might feel tighter. I know this side's always tighter for me. So just take note of that. Exhale, release. Okay. And we're gonna do a bridge. So some of you may know this, some of you may not. Bring your feet close to your butt, the glutes. Okay, and again, we're going to push our low back into the floor before we do this. Have your feet hips distance. Okay, and then inhale, pushing through the root of our feet. In order to make sure that it's the root of your feet, you can lift up your toes. Okay, inhale, push up into a bridge. You should feel your glutes working. And if don't feel weird, but you can place your hands around your glutes to make sure that they're active. Our goal is to bring our chest close to our chin without moving our chin. So our head's gonna stay neutral. And we're just gonna push back. And if you want to deepen it, you can interlace your fingers or your hands behind your back. You can come up on your toes if you want. Whatever feels good here. Breathe, make sure that you're still engaging your glutes. And then exhale, slowly release. Maybe bring your knees into your chest. Maybe you can grab for your elbows. Rock side to side. And now we're going to come into Shavasana, which is actually known as the hardest position in yoga because we're still and laying down. And when we lay down, that's when our mind likes to go crazy. So we're going to let our feet flap open like a book and our hands open to the sky. We can let go of the yogic breath when we pay attention to the inhale and exhale and just let our breath be, however it is. Maybe you put one hand on your tummy and one hand on your heart. Our body's coming into rest. And if your mind starts to wander, you can focus on the breath. You can inhale to the count of 1. Exhale to 2. Inhale to 3. Exhale 4. And count all the way up to 27. But if your breath isn't working for you today, maybe you focus on a word or a phrase. Like I am enough. I am strong. Or everything is working out, best case scenario. Feel the weight of the earth support your body. And breathe. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and roll onto the right and then push up to a seated position. Thank you for watching my video, and namaste.